me create some green dye.
Dream is real.
Funny baby, because
Hat-trick
show
hero.
needs to be started second commencing.
Hey everybody, this is a video about the instant replay feature built into Gameshow. And it's a little bit of a longer video because there's a lot of steps to set up and then to get it going, but once you have it going, it can be really awesome. So I just have a blank document here with a couple shots set up for the replay feature in the future, but the first thing that we're going to do is come up to the replay window, the replay menu, and go into settings. So the settings menu here is where you should always start because this is how it's going to set up everything that you're doing before you activate your replay. So I can choose between standard and high quality video. The higher quality, the more resource intensive it's going to be. I can choose to capture audio in the replay or no. Generally you're going to want that. And then I can do maximum duration. So what's going to happen if you look at the estimated storage required, if I limit it to 1 minute, it's going to take up 6.12 gigs. But if I switch to unlimited, it's going to do 367 gigs per hour. What this is telling you is that the way the replay system works is that it's constantly archiving this footage. So as you're streaming out, it's making sure to remember everything you've done. And if you want to do all of it, every hour it's going to send out 360 gigs. So you're saving that much into your, wherever it is, your external hard drive, your desktop, whatever you want. So it's generally good to limit it to something. For example, if I'm playing a first-person shooter, I know that what I'm going to want to show is maybe a really cool kill. How much time does that really take up? 10 seconds for the walk-up and the setup and then the shot? Maybe. So if I keep it at 1 minute, I know that that's probably going to be enough time for me to go back. So then I can choose, now that I've set it for 1 minute, I can choose where I want to host that content once it has been recorded. And then I can go to my default replay duration. So that's a little bit different than the maximum duration. The maximum duration will be everything you can pull from, but the replay duration is when you create that replay shot, it'll give you a 30-second shot if I have my 30-second replay duration. That's generally a good place to start. You can switch it up when you get a little bit more experienced with it. The next thing you want to do is choose where you want that replay shot to be housed within Gameshow. So if I choose Master Layer 1, when I make sure that my replay shot is selected and ready to go, it's going to show up here in Master Layer 1, so I can just click it and send it live. I like this workflow. It doesn't necessarily have to be there. After creating the replay shot, I can have it automatically show in the preview window. That's really nice because then I don't have to click it to make sure it comes up here. But it's really just kind of a small thing. I like to keep it checked so that when my replay is set, it shows up in the replay or in the preview window and I can send it live when I'm ready. I can activate replay on record or broadcast, or I can do it manually. If you know you're using replay often, you can just do it on broadcast. That way, whenever you start broadcasting, your replay will be ready to go. And then when you delete your replay shot, you can ask it to keep it or just automatically delete. So I'm going to keep my settings like this and say OK. Now I go back to that replay menu and activate. When I do that, you'll see this new little menu bar comes up here with the activate replay button and the timing. So what I can do, maybe let's do this. Let's add just this camera shot and send it live. Remember that it will only record what is in the live window. It won't record your preview window. So as you're streaming, make sure that what you want to record is in this live window here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple actions with my body here so you can see what I've recorded, and then we'll replay that back. So I'm going to do a little X up here and maybe some blinking with my fingers. And now I'm going to create that replay shot. And as you can see over here in the preview window, it's already come in. But because I have a 30-second thing here, what I can do is I can use this little green bar, and that'll just scrub through the video that I just created. And if I want to start at a certain section, there we go. I like that right there. There we go. So I'll start it right there. And I know that's where it is, so I can take this and I can trim up until that point. Let's go right about there. So now, when I send that live, if you watch over here in the live window, it's my previous thing. So I do my hand waving and my blinking. And then it comes right back to me. So I have it automatically when it's done, it switches back to the clear layer, and now I'm in that window again. So now I have this, in order to know that it is that replay window, I have this little icon here, the little circle arrow. That means that's a replay shot. So now when I'm in here, I have a couple different things I can do. I can come up here and I can do a slow motion replay or fast motion. So if I switch to 2 times and then send that live, you can see it goes really quickly. But if I switch to 0.25, you can see that everything is super, super slow. So that's the general idea. You also have built-in hotkeys. So if I come up here, I can replay mark in and create replay shot. So what that means is that as I am, let's send me live here. I'm actually just going to delete this replay shot. And then, yes, I know, I would like to remove all that. So when I send myself live, what I can do is using these, which can be, remember, if you come up here to preferences and we go to advanced, replay mark in and create replay shot can be enabled with global hotkeys, meaning I can do this from within my game. And it looks like it is, let's actually change this to Command F. I like that. How about Shift D? All right, so we got a Command F and a Shift D. Those will be my replay mark in and create replay shot hotkeys. So what that means, replay mark in, what does that mean? That means that as I'm streaming, I know, oh, you know, this next 30 seconds is going to be super awesome. So I'm going to start my replay mark in. That means it will start recording at that point, even if you set the maximum duration to a smaller time. So that's really good because what I can do here is, let's actually delete these shots because those were made as I was setting things up. Yes, I would like to delete that and this as well. So now what I can do is do Command F. And that, you see how it changed right there. That means that I've created my replay mark in and now Shift D. So if I play this, that is this part that I just created by starting the beginning of the recording and then creating that replay shot. So there you go. That's how you do replay in Gameshow. You come up, you activate your replay after you've set up your settings. You will get this little bar here in the window, and you can either click it or use the global hotkeys to create a replay shot to use within your broadcasts. Sorry for the long video, but hopefully this helps you get started with your instant replays in Gameshow.